in this video, you will learn about multiplying fractions. In the previous video, you learned how to add and subtract fractions. So in this video, we will find how do we multiply fractions. So if you remember on the previous video, I told you guys that in order to add or subtract two fractions, we have to make sure that they're a common denominator. What do we do when we have to multiply? So multiplying is actually fairly easy. You need to multiply straight across. So numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. For example, 3 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. So let me give an example. 4, 9 times by 3, 7. So times this number, let me change that up. Okay, so this number times this number, and I have to do 9 and 9. So when I times these two boxes, I get 12, and when these two numbers, I get 63. So you don't want to just leave this the answer, because right away when I do it, I notice that, okay, I can simplify it down to 421. Make sure, if possible, you can simplify it further. If you can simplify further, make sure you do that. That's why you should refer to the divisibility rules. The divisibility rules help you so much, because right away I know, okay, 12 is divisible by 3, and so is 63 divisible by 3. I need those to add the sums. That's why it's super important to know your divisibility rules, because it really does help when you have to simplify fractions. So let's do one more. Let's do 5 over 12 times by 6 over 10. Again, I'm going to be first doing these two. So that's 30, numerator by numerator. Now I'll do the denominator. This is 120. This one's super simple right away. Oh, I know I could divide it by 10. Then this gets me 312. But I can't just box that in, because simplifying doesn't mean you have to simplify once. You need to simplify to the lowest, to a point where you can't simplify anymore. I can still simplify this and get a 4th, right? Yeah, my divisibility rules really do help. First, that video if you need to. Now, 1/4, remember, I can divide these by 3 and I'll get 4, right? So that's why you want to box in 1/4, right? Now, I can't simplify this any further. Now, let's do converting mixed numbers into improper fractions. What is a mixed number and what is an improper fraction? So, 2 1/3 is a mixed number. If you want to turn it into improper fraction, we would get a higher numerator than denominator. So let me show you. First step, there are 2 steps you can do this. The first step is you do, 3, how many full 3 over 3s, right? Because this is 1, right, technically. You have that, and you have another 3 over 3, because they're 2, right? And then plus 1/3. This gets me, remember, this is 2, and this is 1/3. So I know I'm doing it right. This, when you add all those, remember in my adding and subtracting fractions, I told you, common denominator. These do, all of them are 3, so it's easy. I just have to add the numerators, which I get 7/3, and I keep the denominator. That's my answer. The easier way, this is such an easy way and saves so much time. You're going to do the number right, the whole number, and times it by the denominator. So it's right over here. And you're gonna times that. So what's 2 times 3? That's 6. And put it on top. What's 6 plus 9 and added by the numerator? 6 plus 1, that is 7, 3. You have to multiply and add, right? So the final answer is 7, 3. This is a way easier method, and I totally recommend using this method over the first one. Let's do one more. So now let's do 3 and 4. I know if you really like the first one, you could do that, but I'm going to go into the second method. You multiply, what's 3 times 5, 15. Now add, what's 15 plus 4, 19, and you keep that denominator over here. So this is really simple. Let's do just one more. Let's do a bigger one. So let's do 5. Here, I'll write it a little bit bigger. So 11 and 5, 6. So let's do times, get 66, plus 5, which is 71 over 6. Remember, your denominator would just be the same. Okay. Now, why did we learn that? Why do we need to transfer our mixed numbers into improper fractions? Why do we have to do that? Because when we have to multiply mixed numbers, for instance, what if you had to multiply 1 and 4/5 and 3 and 2/3? How are you supposed to multiply these two together? You can't. You can't do that for 2 reasons. One of them, like in our adding and subtracting video, you learned you have to have a common denominator. Here, we don't need a common denominator. We just need to get rid of the whole number and make it into improper. And also, you can't think. If you use your line, it's not something you can do in your head, right? It's very hard, and you probably will have a lot of trouble. Make it easier, because you can't really do it unless you have to draw pictures and all that. It's just, you can't really do that, right? There's not really a way you can really do this. So by converting these mixed numbers into improper fractions, you will be able to do that. Able to multiply these two. So what do I mean? So what you're going to do, I'm going to take 1 and 4/5 and turn that into 9/5. If you're wondering how I did that, again, what we just did. Multiply, 1 times 5 is 5, plus 4, and then I got to 9. And then you have to do it again to 3 and 2/3, and that would give me 11. There, if you're wondering how I did that, multiply like 9 plus 2, 12. So right now I have 2 that I can box in. My step 2, because that was step 1, is to multiply straight across. Now it's very simple. It's going to take not that much time now, because we already got the hard part out. So remember, you multiply this to this, and you multiply this to this, right? Numerator by numerator, and denominator by denominator. And you get 99 over 15. Now, most people would just leave it like here. But you should not be doing that. Because when we were given these numbers, we were given them in mixed numbers. And when you're going to be leaving them, right, you should not be leaving them as improper. Because if they were given to a mixed number, you should, right, put in a mixed number. Step 3 is simplify. You should always, every single time, simplify. If you have improper, you should always put it back into a mixed number. Unless the directions tell you not to. But 99% of the time, you need to put it as a mixed number, or else you may get points off. So 99 over 15 right off, I know. How many full 15s can you take? Sometimes there will be remainder left, but first see, okay, can I take 4 15s? So if I take 4 times by 15, I get 60. That's going to give me like 30, way more than 30 left over. All right, let's think. Let's go with 6. Times 6 by 15. Oh, 6 times 15 works because 6 times 15 gives me 90, and that's only 9 left over. That's a perfect number to go, right? So that tells me, okay, 6 is full number. Now, okay, what's 6 times 15? 90. So what's 99 minus 90? Oh, it is 9/15. Now, you do not want to box neither. Remember, I said simplify to the furthest point. This can even go down further to 6 3/5. This is something you should be boxing in. Now, if you're like wondering, oh, how did I just do that? you should be using your divisibility rules. They do really help. Now, always make sure you're simplifying to the furthest point. That's very, very important. Let's do one example of multiplying mixed numbers. So if you get 12 and 2/5, and have to times it by 2 1/3, what would happen? Again, make these into improper. What's 12 times 5? Oh, that's 60 plus 2, 62 over 5. And that's 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. 7/3. Now, multiply straight across. Okay, that is 4 over 3 over 4, and that bottom line is 15. Now, this could be simplified again if you use a calculator if ever needed. But right away, I know that's 28, and I have 14 over 15 left. Yeah, you just want to see, okay, how much was the highest amount of that bits. Again, if you don't have a calculator, you can just times, okay, 15 times by 10. Oh, that's 150. So I need to just keep on times by a very high number until you get an answer, right? So what's 15 times 20? Oh, okay, that's pretty good, right? That's 300, so that's to do a little bit higher than that. 50 times 30 doesn't work. That's because it's too much, so that's 28. Let's do an easier one. How about you pause this video and try to solve this one on yourself. So 7 2/3 times by 4. I'm assuming you've already paused this video and tried. So let's see, check over. This one is, you're like, okay, how do I turn 4 in a mixed, in an improper? All I do is just put that 4 over 1, because that's equal to 4. You just have to put that 1 underneath. This turns into 23 over 3, multiply straight across. Again, 92 over 3, make it into mixed number. That's 30. That was easy because 3 times 3 is 9 and 0. So 90 and 2/3 left over. Simple fully. So hopefully this video helped you. And if it did, make sure you like this video. And next video lesson, you'll learn how to multiply fractions using cross-canceling method. Till then.